Hi everyone. So Harry could be head of the Marines again, if Royal Watcher Russell Myers has anything to say about it. Russell Myers has said that it is possible for Harry to be ceremonial head of the Marines again. He is saying that their new life in LA has turned into tatters. We know that Harry was telling his military friends that he longed to return, and while most of us feel that it would not happen, nor would the Marines allow it after Harry's double whammy of a rejection, firstly choosing to pimp his wife for Hollywood voiceovers at the Lion King premiere, rather than attend the Marines' Memorial for the Fallen, we thought that there is no way the Marines would have him back, as he basically deserted them. Myers says that all Harry would need to do is to backpedal a little. Is this going to apply to all the major gaffes they commit? This isn't a child who has walked out of school one day because he would rather play in the park. This is a grown man, brought up knowing how the military works and what serving your country means. Myers says, essentially, what this means is he would need to backpedal a little bit from that infamous Sandringham summit he had in January with the Queen, his father Prince Charles, and his brother William at the helm, when he was essentially saying he wanted to leave his role, he wanted to go and seek his own financial independence, and he had to step back from all of his military roles and certainly some of his patronages. So he may have jumped the gun a little bit, he says. I don't think you can jump the gun a little bit when it comes to the Marines. If you jump the gun in the Marines, you risk lives. What is this man thinking using that term? So, basically, he's saying that Harry screwed up by leaving everything all at once for Meghan, and that if he keeps telling all his military friends and his gran, who just happens to be the supreme authority over the military, very handy that he wants back in, and takes it slowly so that the gullible UK public will forget what he did and welcome him back into his military roles, sigh happily at seeing his good old Harry smile while wearing his uniform again, put a kind hand on his heavily embellished shoulder and say, there, go easy this time, no snap decisions or temper tantrums. A bit like the Marine sticking a machine gun in his hands and saying, you can hold it because it makes you look good and feel important, but don't fire it, it could get us in trouble. Not you, of course, Harry. You won't get into trouble because your Gan is our boss. My opinion, it might actually be really good for Harry to rejoin, but will it be good for the military? I think not. This same Royal Watcher is saying that he is not sure how many strings Harry has to his bow, that he can only use the story of his mother dying so many times. It's true. When people start walking out of meetings, Harry will know to change his story. What will he use next? How hard it was to be royal. The thing is, he's been booed a couple of times, several times, and he hasn't really changed what he's been doing. Audiences are not sympathetic to that subject, the subject of a complaining royal who's complaining about being a royal, and don't want to hear about a spoilt, overindulged prince whinging about things they can only dream of. There's not much he can talk about. Maybe eventually he will be a leader in the causes for Stockholm Syndrome in a domestic situation. It was never meant to be a permanent arrangement, Harry stepping back from the military. It was meant to be reviewed in 12 months. So Harry's making it known to his friends that he wants back in. This is the start of it. He's obviously preparing for it, keeping it in people's minds. Town and Country article from February said the following. Now it seems that there will at least be a transition period. A spokesperson for Harry and Meghan told Town and Country that Harry will not use his honorary military roles for 12 months. But during this year-long period, no new appointments will be made to fill the positions, not until a 12-month review of the Sussexes has been completed, to ensure the arrangement works for all parties. So, Princess Anne is waiting in the wings to take the role of Captain General of the Marines. I wonder if this was Prince Philip's suggestion to Her Majesty, knowing it might be a kick in the rear for Harry to potentially lose his valued position to his auntie. Maybe they were just trying to make him jealous, or make him realise he'd lost it, or make him fight for it. I said previously that it would be a win for the Marines, as Princess Anne is a hard worker and an excellent representative of all her military and non-military roles. So my opinion, I think it could go a really long way if Harry publicly apologised to the Marines, the general public and his family, and admit he made a mistake. Not saying that that should swing the door wide open for him, but it would go a long way in his relationship with the public if he is indeed backpedalling his way back in. The thing is, Harry said he had no choice in stepping down. He didn't, really. He had a choice whether to step down or not, to actually leave the UK, but he didn't have a choice in giving up his military titles, because that went along with it. That went along with him stepping down from the employ of the royal family and being independent, even though they haven't been really independent. But apologising to the Marines and expecting them to forgive and forget is a bit naive. After all, during wartime, deserters tend to face a firing squad for less than Harry did. So do they think that Harry just having a ceremonial role makes it a little more palatable? The reactions of the British public are very clear. Most don't want even to consider Harry rejoining the Marines as their head. They would welcome Princess Anne and her commitment to the role. Allegedly, Meghan is fed up with having a husband who is no longer known as Prince, who no longer wears a uniform, and who no longer has his important and highly respected role within the Marines. Harry loved the fact that, although he and William could both wear military uniforms, Harry had done active service and William had not. It was a one-up for Harry in their sibling rivalry banter. The same as Harry ribbing William for being bald, but now Harry has gone bald. It's also said that, although the Marines loved having Harry as their Captain General, they feel very let down by Harry and don't want someone who would only be in the UK part-time. It seems that the problem for the Marines was not so much Harry missing the memorial in favour of his seeing his favourite cartoon, but more the fact that he would not be able to be full-time by moving to the US. This was very much an 11th hour thing for Harry. Meghan had shot off to the States and left Harry to cope with the shock of losing his beloved role within the Marines, and the knowledge that he could not wear a uniform again. Apart from having to leave his family, what a shock for him. Their plans already in place. His wife left his side at one of the most important times in his life, and he was left with the fallout, and the last thing he had stripped away. Good, many say. He made his bed and can lie in it. Well, he did, didn't he? Meghan was also fed up, allegedly, that Harry would be in bed all day after their move. No wonder he lives in his grey polo shirt, his prison uniform. He is showing Meghan silently that it is her fault that he cannot wear a uniform at a ceremony again. So, if the Marines' reasoning was that they felt it was important for their Captain General to be full-time in the UK, and Harry is making sure to tell all his friends that he wants to rejoin as Captain General, then does that mean that Harry is planning to return permanently to the UK? Whether we want him to or not, I think it means exactly that. And as to whether his wife will join him, fully, part-time or not at all, we will have to wait and see. The reports that Prince William is telling Harry to move back to the UK or anywhere to be safe could be coming from a source with a vested interest, methinks. I don't think there will be any red carpet rolled out for either of them. What do you think? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Please subscribe, ding the bell for more alerts for more videos, like if you liked it, and share. Bye.